Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited to be filming for you guys today, and in today's video I have all drugstore products that I'm going to be using to create the look that you see right here. And I love how this look came out today. While you're here, don't forget to subscribe and leave me some comments, and don't forget to follow me also on my other social medias. And without further ado, we're gonna jump right into today's video. Getting first started with primer today, I'm gonna be using two different primers. I'm gonna be using the NYX Bear With Me primer, and then I'm also going to be using the Maybelline Master Prime primer. And I'm gonna be using two primers because I'm using it for two different places on my face. So first I'm gonna go in with the NYX Bear With Me primer. So recently I seen this primer online and they were saying really good things about it, and how it was supposed to be a dupe for the Milk Makeup primer that's out right now. I feel like every YouTuber is using the Milk Makeup one, and this is supposed to be a dupe for it. So obviously it's a little cheaper, and you can find this at the drugstore or at like Ulta. So with the NYX one, this is the one that I do put all over my face, and it's like a jelly base, so it definitely helps to moisturize a little bit. I don't think that's what it's for, but for me it just feels like refreshing on the skin. Secondly, I'm going to be going in with the Maybelline primer, and this one I just take on my finger like this, and then I rub that one in between my fingers, and I take that one directly where I want to blur my pores. For brows today, I'm going to be using the ColourPop Brow Boss pencil, and I've really been liking these brow pencils recently. Plus I've been getting my eyebrows threaded, and I feel like they just do such a good job. Because I have more hair now on my brows, I don't have to do too much. Sorry that I keep looking down, I'm just looking into my mirror and it's not directly in front of me, so it's a little bit off to the side. My thread lady did such a good job doing my brows this last time, and she just said, do not pluck, come see me in 3 weeks. And that's exactly what I have been doing. I have not plucked, I've just left my brows alone. And 3 weeks will be next Thursday, so today makes actually 2 weeks since I've gotten them done, and they still look so good. Now that I have primer on and I did my brows, I'm gonna go in with the Black Radiance Color Perfecting Liquid Makeup. The only thing this really says on it is that it's oil-free foundation. Like, it doesn't really say the finish of it or anything like that. And I have not tried this before, so I'm curious to see how it looks. The color is a little dark for me right now, but maybe this could end up being like my summer shade. I actually found this foundation at CVS. So the shade is definitely a little bit dark for me right now, but the shade range is not super big in any way at all. So I'm just gonna try to make this color work. It's too dark. Sorry if my face looks super red. The foundation that I initially tried was the Black Radiance Color Perfecting Liquid Makeup. And I tried the shade Butterscotch, but when I had applied it, it was just way too dark, and I just wanted something that was a little bit more my color. I had never tried that before, but when I applied it, I was like, I don't know if I can make that work. So I'm actually just gonna be using the L'Oreal True Match in the shade W4, and I've actually been using this a little bit now. I feel like this foundation is perfect for summer because it's not too matte, but it also isn't, I don't know, it just looks good on the skin. And for summertime it's good because it does have some SPF in it. For my forehead, I'm just using the excess that's left over in the sponge, because for the most part, my forehead, you're really only gonna see bronzer and concealer. So as far as foundation, I've been just taking a back seat with it on my forehead. For concealer, I have been using the L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear Concealer mixed with the e.l.f. 16 Hour Camo Concealer. So first I take the L'Oreal and I apply that to my under eye, and that is pretty much like my, kind of like my no makeup complexion concealer. That didn't even make sense. When I think about the color of that concealer, I think about like my already, like what my complexion already is. And then I take the e.l.f. one and I just brighten it up with that. And then for my forehead, same thing. I have to go back and grab the L'Oreal for my forehead, but same thing with that. Just taking a little bit. I feel like these two, like the color combo, just works out perfect for my complexion right now. I'm taking whatever leftover concealer that I have on the sponge and I'm just going to take it right over my eyelid. To set my under eye, I'm going to be using the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder, and I'm using the shade Light, or no, I'm using the shade Fair, not Light, I'm using the shade Fair. I'm just going to dip my Beauty Blender right into it and start to set my under eye. For me, I have been super into a bright under eye, so I kind of overdo it with the powder, but only under my eye because I take that same powder and I push back into my under eye, and then I take the excess and go wherever I need it or wherever I know I'm going to get a little bit oily. And I just go back in, what is this hair doing? And I set, especially around my nose. And then I'm going to take this fluffy Real Techniques brush and I'm going to brush away the under eye powder. As I take the under eye setting powder off, I'm just gonna blend it down into the rest of my face. The next thing I'm gonna talk about is the Milani bronzer, and this is in the shade Soleil. I have already actually tried this, and this has been my jam for like the last week or two, and I have been literally obsessed with it. I'm just gonna take this BH Cosmetics brush. This is such an old brush. Don't even know how old it is, but I'm just gonna take that brush and go right in with the bronzer. This is such a warm bronzer. It just brings in so much color into your skin. It's just so sun-kissed. I like love it. I'm so mad I've been sleeping on this bronzer because it's gorge. With this bronzer, a little bit goes a long way. I like to tap into the actual bronzer and then I like to place it where I'm gonna want it first. And then I will go and start to buff it out. And then frame my face like I said. Sometimes foundation I feel like can definitely wash you out, and I just feel like this bronzer just brings in all those natural shadows that you just naturally have. I don't know. I'm gonna take it down on my neck so I can look darker than what I am. So after I'm done bronzing my face, I will just take that same brush and I won't dip back into the palette. I will just take whatever I have already on my face and I just go back and just blend. And just really blend the product in. And since I didn't pick up any more product, I'm just literally blending what's already there. So it doesn't make it any more messy or anything like that. It just looks so good. Even go back to where I had like concealer setting powder just to blend everything in like perfectly, because sometimes setting powder can make your under eye look a little bit starky. But this bronzer right here, this is me all summer 2019. This is going to be me all of 2019, like summer 2019. This right here is gonna always be in my bag. I just love it because it's not like a plain matte bronzer. Like it's definitely one of those like pretty baked bronzers that has like an iridescence to it, and this one has like a gold iridescence to it, which I'm obsessed. It just looks like summer on you. It looks amazing. The next product I'm going to be talking about is this Milani Baked Blush, and I actually love the Milani blushes. Luminosa is probably my favorite one as far as the baked blushes, but this is a new shade. This shade I think was already like there, I just had never tried it. So I picked this up because it just looks super, super cute. This one is called Rose de Oro. So I guess Rose de Oro. So like, I guess that's supposed to be like a little bit of Spanish right in there, but this one kind of has the same thing going on as the bronzer did. It has those like pretty iridescent goldness, whatever in it. So this is super, super pretty. I'm super excited to put this on. For a little while there, I was going nuts with blushes and I wasn't really doing too crazy of bronzer, but that Milani bronzer makes me go literally nuts. It looks so good. So I'm gonna just dip in with this It Cosmetics brush. A little bit lighter than Luminoso as far as like the pinkiness in it, but it's still very, very pretty. So I'm taking this Real Techniques contour brush. I'm just gonna go back into that bronzer and I'm gonna just use the bronzer on my eyelids. What I love about using the bronzer as like my eyeshadow is it just kind of ties the entire look back together, and you can be as heavy as you want with it because you could just literally pull it out and it'll blend in right with that bronzer that you had put in your temple area. So you don't have to be super precise with it. I'm taking that same foundation and I'm just going to use this Real Techniques, what kind of brush is this? This detailer brush, and I'm just gonna go under my brows just slightly, just to clean them up just a little bit. Nothing too crazy. And then I'm just gonna take my finger and I'm gonna blend in. Once I clean up my brows a little underneath, I'll just take that same brush. I won't go back and dip it in the bronzer again, but I will just go back over my eyelids after I clean them up a little bit. For setting spray today, I'm going to be using the Milani Make It Dewy setting spray. And I'm actually going to be spraying this on my face before I do my highlighter. This is my first time trying the Make It Dewy setting spray, but I have used the other setting spray from Milani. It's just their normal 16-hour wear setting spray. That one had like a really, really heavy fragrance. I didn't mind it at the time, but as time went on and I kept using it, I did not like that hairspray smell. But this one doesn't have as much of a hairspray smell, I would say. But this definitely leaves you looking nice and dewy. It leaves your skin looking like skin. It almost looks like I have a highlighter on, even though I haven't put any highlighter on yet. So that is the reason why I wanted to hold off and put my highlighter on after I did the setting spray. For highlighter today, I'm going to be using the Maybelline highlighter, and this is in the shade Molten Gold. This is their Master Chrome collection. And I'm going to be using this Real Techniques. This is their setting brush that I do not use for setting, obviously. And I'm just going to apply this back here. And as you can see, this highlighter does not disappoint. This highlighter is just bomb. Especially when you have like a tan, it is everything. I'm gonna take a little bit up my nose, Cupid's bow. Recently, when I do my more like dewy skin, I will dip back into the highlighter and I'll just do my chin. And I will do like my forehead area. Before I used to not do that, but lately with the bronzer and I don't know, I've just been liking that look of a lot of highlighter again. This next step is totally optional and I'm just being extra by doing this, but this is just my preference. This is the only product that I'm gonna mention that is not an actual drugstore product, but I'm just gonna take my MAC Fix Plus. I'm just gonna spray my face on top of everything that I just did. You guys already know this as a staple in all my videos. Honestly, like the last couple videos, maybe like the last 3 or 4, I probably have mentioned this in every single video, but it is just my Essence Lash and Brow Gel And this is, I say it every time, this is literally like $2.99. You can just not go wrong with $2.99. And it's just so nice because it doesn't take out more than what you need, so you can actually comb through your hairs without having to get so much excess product. So next we are going to move on to lips, and for lips I'm going to take this NYX Nude Truffle lip liner. I'm going to overline my lips just a little bit, just kind of like create that shadow, as you can see already. Before, I used to think it was so tacky to overline your lips, and I guess now I'm tacky too because I'm doing it. For gloss today, I'm going to be taking my NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Madeline. This is one of my OG lip glosses. It is like the perfect nude. It just looks nice on every complexion, every skin tone. And like, it's so good because you don't need a lipstick underneath it. It has just the right amount of pigment that it just looks good on everyone. Lashes today are going to be real extra. I feel like all summer I'm probably going to be doing like this look here with a bold lash like these that you see right here. These are the chiffon lashes. I think that's how you say that, but they're the Kiss lashes, and I absolutely adore all Kiss lashes. The ones that I use on a daily basis are these. Can't reach it. These are the 01 Kiss lashes. These are my holy grail lashes. Sometimes I'll stack two on top of one another, or if I'm doing more natural makeup like every day when I'm just going to work, sometimes I'll just do one set of lashes on top. And everyone always asks, are they lash extensions? And they are not. So these lashes are definitely voluminous AF, and they are super dramatic. I can already tell I'm probably gonna have to cut them. So I'm just going to like bend the lash a little bit and kind of work it before I measure it. And I think that's what everyone needs to remember, that you need to measure your lashes before applying them. Like so many people apply their lashes and don't measure them, and then your lashes just don't go with your eye because it's just, the length is just not there. So you always want to cut your lashes according to your eye shape and not necessarily take this huge lash and just pop it on there. So with lashes like these, sometimes I will just cut a little bit off the end, and then I will cut a little bit off the front. And that's pretty much how I measure my lashes. One of my biggest pet peeves is when cute lashes get like mascara buildup. Now I know you can clean your lashes and do all that kind of jazz, but to avoid even having to do that, I will just take mascara and I'll do a like really thin coat of it on my lashes right before I put my falsies on, just so my lashes are ready to adhere. I don't try to comb them up or anything because I don't want my lashes to get in the way of me putting my falsies on. I'm just gonna use the compact mirror to place the lash. So normally I just use my fingers to place the lash where I want it, and then I'll take the tweezers and stick the back end on first. And I'll take the front end, pull a little bit so you can straighten out the lash, and then stick on the front end. And since your lashes are already a little bit coated with that initial mascara that you put on, you can pinch the lashes together. Sometimes the front end will go up just like this, and all you do is just go back in. For my first time trying these, I'm definitely impressed. I think they look really, really good. And they're just a pretty lash. As you can see, the difference between a cut lash to my eye and then a lash that is not cut to the length of my eye, you can just definitely tell the difference, which one belongs and which one doesn't. So I'm just gonna cut a little bit off the end of that lash. I'm gonna go ahead and coat my lower lashes with that same mascara that I was just using. Okay, you guys, so this is the final look. I hope you enjoyed watching me put this look together today. I feel like this is definitely gonna be my new summer glowy makeup. I just love how the highlight and the bronzer and the blush, like everything just looks so nice and so bronzy and just so summertime. I was really liking the lashes as well because I feel like lately I've only been using my Kiss lashes, not like the ones that I use today, but my regular 01 lashes. So with that being said, I'm not gonna babble on any longer. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.